Hi, Ross. You going to show me combat now?
We're ready for combat. We've moved the ships into position where they can fire. Now let's resolve these attacks.
Best thing about the job, I get to blow up
Um,
Ross.
well, but the best thing about this example is that because I move first and you move last, I get to shoot first.
Ah, drats.
So, hey, this is what happens when you play with one of the co-designers of the game. Um, as we mentioned before, uh, range bands in Leviathan are 5 hexes long. In the armament section of the ship card, you have each of your weapon systems. And in the short, medium, long, and extreme range boxes, there will be either a number or an X. The number is the number of dice for that weapon at that range for your attack dice pool. You also get to add your captain's execution skill to that dice pool, plus any other factors that may be involved in the game. Um, and let's start by resolving these attacks. My speculum has, since he's going to fire first, since he's going to get beat up on twos, he's got, he started off with 9 power in his reactor and 2 power in his captain's reserve. He's going to power up his spinal mount, which costs 5, just because a spinal mount is a really cool weapon system. And so that's used 5, 6, 7, 8 of his 9. So he's got 3 power left. He knows when it's incoming damage, so he's going to save a little bit of what remaining power he has, power up his shield. So he'll only make 1 attack time. His spinal mount starts off with 5 dice for his for the firepower for the weapon, and his captain will give him 2 for execution. For total 7 dice, rolling for 7s or better. So
But
hits.
actually, you're
If I
looking
had
for
rolled it,
sevens
that would
or
have counted
better.
as a hit.
So you're looking for
Correct.
sevens or better. I'm looking for you to get like ones. That's what I'm.
Well, fortunately for you, I got 7 hits.
What?
If I had rolled a 10, well, that's the luck of the die. If I'd rolled a 10, count hit, and I would have got to roll another chance for hit. So our 10s explode in Leviathan. So you have 4 incoming hits on your dire wolf. You have now. You get to decide what you want to do. You've got you've got 6 power left. 5 power left. It costs 4 to power up. Or it costs 2 to power up forward shields. Right now, you're trying to save those 4 dice with your captain's tactical skill, which is if you use the points to power up your shields, you're not going to have enough to power up your forward battery. What are you going to do?
Risk it and blow you up, hopefully.
So you're going to spend the 4 to power up your forward battery, and you're going to let the shot come in. So you're going to save for 2. You're looking for 7s or better. And you didn't save any.
I
So
don't think
now
I'm
roll
rolling
4
well
times
today.
on. Well, uh, I won't comment on that since I've thrown the dice. Uh, we'll roll those 4 attacks onto the hit table. The key thing about the hit table is that a roll 9 or 10 takes you to the critical hit table, where all the damage is doubled and is much more severe, and does have a core breed possibility. So we're going to roll the 4, and I rolled really well. I rolled 2 8s and 2 9s. So the 2 8s get 2 super out of your 6, 2 resilience, that's 2 out of your 3, and 2 shields, that's, and that would be your forward shield, and that 2 out of your 3 boxes. So that was a pretty big attack. Just my spinal mounts ignore people's shields, so you made the right choice. Powering up your shields would have been worthless since the spinal mount goes right through it. That's this mount attack.
That's really
So
vicious. That is a vicious attack.
yes, it is, especially when you get the final mount, which dice plus the captain's executable, so that you're throwing over 10, which will reduce the target number. That's why the Leviathan is the Leviathan. So you're still standing, but you certainly felt that attack. Now it's your turn to fire. Oh, we've that was just the 2 8s. We have the 2 9s. The
Yeah,
2
no.
9s are 2 rolls on the critical table. That's a 1 and a 3. The 1 is 2 structure and another resilience. So your resilience is gone. Resilience is used for defense against missile attacks and fighter attacks. And your 4 or your 6 superstructure or structure are down to 2, and the 3 is uh, an armament, a core box, and 2 more superstructure. So you've taken a total of 6 superstructure hits in one turn. When the superstructure is
That
gone,
that sounds really unhealthy. Oh, yeah, that was unhealthy. You blew up my ship, Ross.
well, that's why you will never land in front of a spinal mount attack again. Whenever you play the correct. Now let's see what your wild host can do in return. Um, for his PowerPoints already, he's got uh, 6 left from the reactor, plus 2 from his captor. He doesn't have to worry in this case about powering up his shields or point defense, so he can put it all into his weapon. He's got turret and a missile barrage, total 5. And we will resolve the attacks. My speculum will worry about his defensive capabilities after we see how many hits you're going to get here. Each of your turrets has a firepower of 3. Your 10 gives you 2 more.
Okay.
So you will be rolling 8 dice looking for 7s or better.
Well, I hope you roll as well for me as you do for you.
Uh, and what Leviathan allows you to do is to group all of the same type in a single attack. So we're combining 2 turret attacks into a single attack, and then we will make your missile barrage attack after all the turrets. So you've got only 2 hits there. My speculum was spent 3, 8, so I can work shields but I can, or I could power up my point defense, but I can't do both. So I'm going to power up my shields. Get more dice. The captain's tactical, 5 dice trying to save 2. And next, so no effect this turn. Next, we have the missile barrage, which starts off with 6 dice, plus 2 for your captain's execution. And just because we want to, we'll re-roll your misses to see if you can get there. That's better.
Because somehow, even though this has been very one-sided.
Right. So now you're looking at 10 hits. Or,
Well, see, now
excuse me,
that's a
6
lot
hits
better.
come
6.
in.
Well, I'll take 6.
So for missiles, I get to, my dice roll is my resilience plus my shields. My shields are 4, and the ship's resilience is 3 dice. So I'm rolling 7 dice trying to save 6. Well, it's not your day, Andy. I rolled 5 saves. So we would
That
roll
figures.
and that would be a 5 on damage results table to hit table. So that would be 1 superstructure and 1 resilience. So next time, a missile, I would have less defense against a missile attack. So I can soak that off pretty easily. This has turned into a one-side engagement with your direwolf being taken out in one shot and getting play your wild host. At the end of that, we have a resolution phase where in the rules, your captains can use their skills to repair damaged boxes on the ship card. In the basic game, it's usually just 1 box turn, but you cannot save superstructure or structure within the over the course of the battle. You can only repair ship systems. And then we would be ready to start another turn.
That's awesome.
The other thing to talk about real quick.
Okay.
The other thing to talk about real fighters are an advanced rule, and they fit into the sequence of play like after all Leviathans have moved, and they would alternate back and forth. Fighters move. They have, they will keep track of velocity from turn to turn, and they spend a point to speed up or slow down, and they spend a point to take a facing inch. So they can flit around the board pretty much wherever they want. Fighters' weapons are ineffective against shields, but they have the ability to carry missiles that can negate shields, and they can fly to a hex and merge through the shields and make a strafing run against the capital ship. The capital ship defense against fighters with point defense weapons, and they can shoot their point defense weapons as opportunity fire as the fighter moves. And so fighters act as intercept incoming fighters. So that adds a whole level of complexity to and 2 hex ships ignore fighters and repair ship are larger ships, and no matter who's attacking them, it takes a lot to get through and to take them out of the battle. So there's the long short of method.
So next round, I would like a Leviathan against your two little ships. That is what I'd like.
And that game,
All right.
that game will be approximately one turn.
Yeah. Thank you, Ross. I'm learning a lot.
Thank you, Andy. All right. Until